to. Another thing, as I kind of talked about that story, and I thought that story was relevant, is a syllabus. All right, in high school, you get constant reminders of here's what's going to happen. Oh, we got a test tomorrow. Hey guys, we're going to have a quiz. We're going to have a surprise quiz in 2 weeks. Okay, which I don't understand how it's a surprise in high school, but teachers tell kids, hey, we're going to have a test. We're going to have this. Make sure you study this chapter tonight. You get homework, okay? Constant reminders on here's what's due, here's when it's due, make sure it's due, make sure you bring it in. Here's where you should be at this point in this assignment if it's a longer assignment. Because again, the teachers want you to do well, they want you to pass. On the first day of class, when you go to college, all right, they're going to give you a piece of paper. It's called a syllabus. All right, it has everything you need to know. It has all your books. It has all your assignments, all the reading materials you're supposed to have, office hours, teacher's phone number, email, all this stuff, and when it's due and when it's supposed to be done by. And what that syllabus is really the professor's way of saying, look, I told you what needed to be done. Okay, that's their way out. We gave you a syllabus. What do most new freshmen do? They take that syllabus. They're used to their high school teachers reminding them all the time of here's what's due and here's when you're going to do it. So they take that syllabus and they look at it for a day and they throw it in the garbage, okay? Or they lose it, or it goes in the back of it goes under the bottom of their backpack. Well, that syllabus, I remember specifically. I'm not going to go through a whole other story, but I remember not looking at the syllabus, and I remember buying books, for a class, and the class had 5 books, and the teacher just talked about one book at class, and I always went to class. That was one of the things I was pretty good at, going to class. But I always went to class, but I would just listen to a class, because in high school that's what I would do. I would go to school, I'd listen to the teacher talk, and then I didn't do homework. I hated homework. It was more of, look, you talked about it in class, I can remember it. Why am I going to go home and do it if I know what I'm doing? And I would do pretty well in high school that way. Was a BA student. In college, I remember the teacher talked about one book. We gave us 5 books to read. They talked about one book the entire semester, and then the final talked about all the 5 books. And I'm like, wait a second, the teacher never covered this stuff. Well, it's not the teacher's job to cover it, okay? It's your job to read it, okay? And so that was a harsh reality smack in my face, that even though the teacher didn't teach, it's not in college, it is not the teacher's job to teach you things, it's your job to learn it. And if they give you books to read, your job is to read them, and they will be on the test. And when the teacher, I remember going to the teacher and saying, you didn't even teach us this stuff. He's like, well, I have office hours. It was on your syllabus to read. Why didn't you read it? Well, you never talked about it in class, and so we were talking about something else. But that was one of the materials and assignments that you were assigned to read. You should have read it. Okay, so harsh reality. Okay, so do not lose those. Do not lose those syllabuses now, or syllabi. I guess it's syllabi. All right, so let me give you a tip as I go off camera for a second. Remove some of this stuff. All right, highly recommended. We're in my office right now, and I've kept this since this thing is called a year planner. Okay, highly recommend that you get one of these for your dorm wall. Okay, and and this is something that I, even to this day, that I continue to do because I learned it in college. And what you do is you get one of these, because if you just have a planner, you're not going to keep everything in you have pages to turn, okay? A lot of times in college you get a syllabus, which is literally 3 or 4 months in advance. So what happens is, at the beginning of September over here, okay, you get all your syllabuses or syllabis, and then what you do is you get different color markers, and you mark off all the assignments that are due during the month, okay? Because remember, in December is when you're going to have finals, okay? So you have finals, you have midterms usually in October, November, and December you have finals for that semester. So you write on different colors, final, and sometimes you'll see that you'll have 3 or 4 finals all on the same day. It's pretty cool to know that in September. Like, oh my gosh, December 14th is going to be an awful day for me. So you can start looking at to when to study in advance, okay? And you just keep this on your wall, and you, as soon as you get the syllabus, you want to, on the side, you can have, if some of them have like to-dos or side things, or maybe in the summer months when you don't have anything to do, you write in all your professors' phone numbers and emails, put that right on the wall, put in all your assignments, when things are due, and then you could throw the syllabus away. And that way you have a view of your entire semester right in your face so there's no like, oh my god, I have a final, or I forgot this, or I forgot that. You have it all right in front of you. And now I do this with my own business as to when dates are coming up and important events are coming up. So just something that I would highly recommend that all students get for their dorm. So good.